Assalamu alaikum dear students, hope you are fine. As you know, we have completed the lesson titled The Ailing Planet, The Green Moment's Role, written by Nani Palkiwala. Today we will discuss the questions of the text. Now let us start. Questions of the text. Understanding the text, we are being asked, the question is, locate the lines in the text that support the title The Ailing Planet. Dear students, here we have to locate the lines which support the title The Ailing Planet. Answer: the lines that support the title The Ailing Planet are, the lines which support the title The Ailing Planet are, number first is, the Earth's vital signs reveals a patient in declining health. This is the first line. Number second line is, are we to leave our successors a scorched planet of advancing deserts, impoverished landscapes, and the ailing environment? Number third line is, the environment has deteriorated so badly that it is critical in many of the 88 countries investigated. Number fourth line is, there can be no doubt that the growth of the world population is one of the strongest factors distorting the future of human society. This was the first question. Now the question number second is, what does the notes the world's most dangerous animal at a cage in the zoo at Lusaka, Zambia signify? Answer is, the notes the world's most dangerous animal signifies that human has deteriorated the planet from a long time, that his own survival is under threat now. Yes, that his own survival is, that is, the survival of the human being is now under the threat now. Question number 3. How are the Earth's principal biological systems being depleted? How are the Earth's principal biological systems being depleted? Answer: there are four principal biological systems, that are fisheries, grasslands, forests, and croplands. These four systems provide food and raw materials for industry, except for minerals and synthetics. These systems have reached an unsustainable point where their productive have impaired. As a result, fisheries are collapsing, deforestation is taking place, grasslands are turning into barren wasteland, and croplands are becoming worse. Overfishing is very common nowadays, where people are becoming protein conscious. In poor countries, the forest is being cut down on a large scale to obtain wood for cooking. In some areas, firewood is more costly than food. Many species are under destruction in tropical forests. This was the answer of question number 3. Now question number 4 is, why does the author aver that the growth of world population is one of the strongest factors distorting the future of human society? The answer is, the author avers that the growth of world population is one of the strongest factors behind the distortion of the future of mankind, because our population leads to unemployment, rise in poor health condition, and untimely poverty. It deteriorates the environment, and the four principal biological systems. The richer are getting rich, and the poor is birthing more children, which leads to more unemployment. Deployment is the best contraceptive. Sorry, development is the best contraceptive. Development is the best contraceptive, which will lead to more employment, rise in health conditions, and improvement in education. It also results in a reduction in fertility rate. We have to choose between population control and keeping up with poverty. Let me repeat the answer of this question. The question is again, why does the author ever the growth of world population is one of the strongest factors distorting the future of human society? The answer is the author avers that the growth of world population is one of the strongest factors behind the distortion of the future of mankind because overpopulation leads to unemployment, rise in poor health conditions, and ultimately poverty. It deteriorates the environment and the four principal biological systems. The richer are getting rich, and the poor is birthing more children, which leads to more unemployment. Development is the best contraceptive, which will lead to more employment, rise in health conditions, and improvement in education. It also results in a reduction in fertility rate. We have to choose between population control and keeping up with poverty. Now, talking about the text question, discuss laws are never respected nor enforced in India. We have to discuss that laws are never respected or they are never enforced in India. Answer, according to the Article 48 of the Constitution of India, the state should try to protect and improve the environment and must protect the forest and wildlife of the country. But the painful fact is that the laws are not followed in India. For example, casteism, untouchability, and bonded labor are said to be the are said to be abolished in India but are still in practice. For the last 4 decades, India is losing forest at a harmful rate of 3.7 million acres a year as per the report of Parliament Estates Committee. The large area of forest land is now treeless and the actual loss is estimated to be 8 times the rate given by government statistics. Question number 2, discuss, are we to leave our successors a scorched planet of advancing deserts, impoverished landscapes, and an ailing environment? Answer, the Abolines were mentioned in the first report of the Brand Commission. With the rising scale of distortion of the environment, humans are going to leave a burned planet with arid deserts, poor landscapes, and a poor environment for our future generations. Our earth is like a patient with with declining health, and it is not a good sign. Deforestation and overpopulations are some of the reasons behind the deterioration of the earth. We must realize our era of responsibility before it is too late. Right? We must realize our era of responsibility before it is too late. We must conserve the earth as if we have borrowed it from our future generations. The question is discussed. We have not inherited this earth from forefathers. We have borrowed it from our children. Answer, from many decades, humans are being the resources of the earth. From many decades, humans are using the resources of the earth at a very alarming rate. right? From many decades, humans are using the resources of the earth at a very alarming rate without worrying about future generations. Now, the environment has become critical enough that humans must realize their of responsibility towards it. With quite some time, human perception is changing, and the earth is seen as a holistic and ecological view. Earth is seen as a living organism which has its own metabolic and vital needs. We must protect the resources for future generations. Use of sustainable development, which means meeting the needs of the present generation without compromising with future generations. Thus, the Earth's resource should be utilized in a way that does not affect the future. The question number 4 is, discuss the problems of overpopulation that directly affect our everyday life. Question: the problem discuss the problems of overpopulation that directly affects our everyday life. Answer is, overpopulation leads to many problems that are affecting mankind and natural resources. It leads to poverty and unemployment. The poor children are forced to live the same lifestyle as their parents did because of the lack of resources and facilities. Lack of resources and facilities. Overpopulation leads to lesser education and low health facilities, which results in more problems like the rise in higher harmful diseases and fertility rate. The natural resources are being consumed at a very fast rate to fulfill the need of the population throughout the world. Deforestation is one of the issues where forests are being cut down. All this results in global warming, and if the population is not controlled, it will deplete the environment and earth. Thank you very much.